Welcome to the MMJHL show. We have head coach Kyle Nixon with the Charleswood Hawks online. Kyle, how was your Christmas and your holidays? I hear you took off for a while.
Yeah, it was good. At the start of my break there, I went with my family across the ocean to Denmark. Actually, my younger brother plays in the Danish Elite League over there. He got the majority of the hockey talent, I think, out of the family. So we went over there, watched a couple games, and got away for a few days. So yeah, it was a neat experience, and it's nice to be back.
Having you on the Twister hockey team in the past and knowing your brother, I will not comment on the talent part there, Kyle.
All right, thanks.
First place in the league right now, but there's 5 teams fighting for first place. When's the last time we've seen something like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good question. I know for the amount of time that I've been around the league, I don't think it's happened. The parity this year is obviously seen across the board in terms of the teams fighting for the top spot and teams trying to fight for playoff positioning. And it's tough to really focus on where you're going to finish for a playoff run only halfway through the year. But you don't want to give away a game, and you feel like even if you go on a bit of a streak, you're not really going to separate yourself. So I don't know. I haven't seen it. The guys that I coach with and the guys that run the Charleswood Hawks have been around the league a lot longer than I have, and they kind of say the same thing. So I think it's good. It makes every game meaningful, and I mean, you got to show up to play. So it's definitely more good than bad.
You hate to take a night off, you lose a game, and you go from first place to 5th place overnight.
Yeah, that's exactly the scenario you get in when you line up and play whoever it is. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. Everybody's playing on a different night, and I think the most important thing though is you just look after your own team and what you can control, and that's the effort that our guys give every night. So without scoreboard watching and watching the standings, because it's a battle for sure, all we can do is hopefully give our best every night, and obviously if we win more than we lose, we feel like we're going to end up in a good spot.
Your 2 goaltenders are sitting 1 and 3 in the league. You can't complain on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the cliche is I'll show you a good coach and you'll find a good goaltender type of deal. So that's definitely true for us. We're real fortunate to have what we feel like is 2 of the best guys in the league, and on a team where maybe we struggle to consistently produce offensively, they give us a chance to win every night. So we know whoever's in the net, we're going to have an opportunity to beat the team we're playing against, and it starts with our goaltender.
Goal scoring, though, you've only got the 2 guys sitting in the top 20. That kind of an area that you're looking to try to improve on here as you get ready for the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, it's the ability to score goals is one of those things it's tough to just say, here, if you do this, the puck will go in the net, because that's not the nature of the game. And I think our team knows that, and guys around the league understand that too, that scoring goals has a tendency to kind of come in bunches. So we're hoping somebody's stick or a couple guys' sticks kind of catch fire as we get into the second half here and kind of spread some of the offense around. I knew coming into this year that Mike Laurent was going to be a guy that was going to shoulder a lot of the load for us offensively, and in terms of what he does on and off the ice, he's really stepped up to the challenge. We obviously want some other guys to be able to put the puck in the net, but he's having a heck of a year for us, and hopefully we can find some secondary scoring that helps him feel like it's not his job to put the puck in the net. Everybody else is just kind of there for a skate. So we definitely have guys that can do it. I think we've got a roster with lots of depth and guys that can make plays offensively, so hopefully we can just start to find the back of the net a little more consistently.
You guys managed to pull off a trade there with Fort Garry a few weeks back there, which really has turned out well for you guys. January 10th deadline's coming. Typically, the there's not a lot of trades goes on, but is there somebody you would like to, or a spot you'd like to try to fill?
Yeah, I think in our league, I don't obviously have a lot to do with this in terms of our team, but I know trades are a little bit different in how they work and stuff for our league compared to other junior hockey leagues. But yeah, we were able to make one. Bringing Zach Heisinger under our team has obviously been such a good addition to our roster. He's very talented and brings a lot of experience from different junior hockey and in our league to our team. And probably the thing that I've been most impressed with is his willingness to just come in and be a good teammate and a person off the ice. You never know what you're going to get with guys when you don't really have that much experience with them, and he's been as much as he's been a good player, he's been a great teammate. And I think for all the guys involved, it was a deal that hopefully works out. I think the younger guys we sent to Fort Garry are getting an opportunity, and Fort Garry's in a situation where they're continuing to build and get better and a bit of a youth movement. So I think that deal's worked out pretty well both ways, and we're fortunate to have Zach for sure. I think moving forward to January 10th, we're real happy with where our roster's at, and we don't really have a list or expect anybody new to come into the mix. If something happens from Junior A or something, I mean, we'll obviously explore any possibility, but I'd say where we're at now is where we're going to be heading into the playoffs in March.
Probably use the same statement I used with the Jets and the Canucks. If it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, exactly. We don't feel like we got a lot of holes or a lot of issues. We like the guys that we got, and I think if we continue to get better throughout the last part of the regular season, we'll have a real good shot to take a run at it.
Well, I would think the way you guys have been playing, you've only technically have 4 regulation losses, and that's the same as all those guys at the top. It's going to be an exciting playoffs, I believe.
Yeah, no matter where you sit, I think it's going to be an exciting first round, and if you get out of that, it's going to be a battle right to the finish. I don't think if you talk to any coach that's going to finish in the top 8 that's going to make our playoffs, they could look you in the eyes and say, we don't have a shot or they're better than us. I think even those teams that are going to finish 6, 7, 8, they beat all the top teams too. So that first round is not going to be a gimme, and I think for the teams that are going to finish in the top half of the league, you got to expect that it's going to be a war for 3 rounds if you're going to win the whole thing this year.
You played in this league and you've coached in this league now probably, about 11 years in total?
Yeah, I think 10, but that's close enough.
You and I are about the same age in this group in the time we've been around, but you're right. Getting past that first round is going to be quite a battle, I believe, this year. And then, like you said, then it only gets harder from then on.
Yeah, I feel like what the Jets did last year, I mean, they kind of fought tooth and nail, and one of their toughest battles was in their first round last year, and then they kind of got hot, and you start to get some confidence, and next thing you know, you're on a roll. So the first round, I mean, every round's important. The first round is obviously the one that you focus on at the beginning of the playoffs, and it might be your toughest round. You never know. So you don't take anybody lightly. That's the way the end of the regular season is going to go too. Every night you got to show up and play, and if you don't do that, it's going to be tough to win. So I think every team's going to be ready for the playoffs if you have to play that way for the rest of the regular season.
Well, Kyle, we wish you the best of luck finishing off the season. We hope to catch up with you at the showcase weekend, and we wish you the best of luck in playoffs.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Glenn. Thanks for having me, and have a happy New Year. And yeah, hopefully it's a good run to the finish here.
That's Kyle Nixon, head coach of the Charleswood Hawks on the MMJHL show.